There's so many different ways to make extra money these days, but today we're going to give you 10 different side hustle ideas to help you start making some extra money. So stick around. Hey, what's up everybody? Brian here with Revenue Pro Tips. Welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about 10 different ideas in which could help you start making some side money, all right? So it doesn't matter if you have a full-time job even, there are plenty of ways in which you can start generating some additional revenue, all right? And if you're unfamiliar with the channel, if this is your first time, I want to say thank you. Welcome for checking us out. And just know every single week we strive and push to bring you new tips, new information, and new online-based opportunities to help you create some additional flows of income and thus financial freedom, all right? And we want to help you do that whether you're a business owner and trying to look for ways to increase the revenues in terms of your business or within your personal finances, all right? But today we're going to give you 10 different ideas, like I said, and some of these are online based. Some of these you actually can physically go out and do out in the marketplace every day as well, all right? So we're gonna jump right on into it with number one, and that is rideshare, guys. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, I'm talking about companies like Uber and Lyft, all right? Where you have a regular person driving their vehicle, you have people who need rides, and this gives you, as a person who's looking to make extra income, a great opportunity because one, there's no startup costs, there's no fees or anything like that for getting involved. Two, you get to use your own vehicle. And for those of you who are out there saying, I would like to do something like Uber and Lyft, but I don't have a personal vehicle that I could afford to use myself, then you can also rent vehicles for this purpose, okay? There are companies that rent vehicles to rideshare drivers, all right, for a monthly, I think it's people pay monthly, kind of like paying a car payment in a way, right? Okay, so, you know, and you don't, but the thing with that is you don't have to go through like all the steps of, say, going out and purchasing a car. So if you had difficulty qualifying or purchasing a car, this is not, it's not that extensive to get a car for, say, Uber or Lyft, all right? These rideshare companies. So that is number one. Again, you get to use your own personal vehicle, no upfront cost. You get to make your own schedule, so you can work any days, any hours. And for those of you who live in major metropolitan areas where, you know, people are up doing stuff all day and night, just like in Las Vegas where I live, it never stops, right? So you can make a good amount of money doing this. I know people doing it part-time to full-time, okay? So it's totally up to you, and how much you want to work will determine how much money you can make, all right? Also, there's there's a great opportunity to network. I think that's one of the ones that people miss with such opportunities like rideshare, right? You're going to be meeting all kind of random people, and in a city, like I said, like Las Vegas or say Los Angeles, Atlanta, Miami, all these places where if you live in an area where a lot of people come and from out of town, visitors, tourists and stuff like that, business people, right? We have all kind of conferences and stuff like that in Las Vegas, then you will meet all kind of wonderful people, and you just never know what that could turn into if you're somebody who looks to meet new people and network and build relationships with people, okay? So just keep that in mind also with the rideshare opportunity. And another great thing is you can get either weekly deposits or you can get paid out and cash out your money immediately just a few minutes after you complete a ride, okay? So that's another great benefit to doing the rideshare thing. I know, especially for companies like I said, Uber and Lyft, and there are others coming up all the time, new ones coming up trying to do things a little differently within the rideshare game. But hey, check it out if that's something that interests you. The next one, number two, is going to be Amazon Flex. Now, I know a lot of us are know and aware of Amazon, but what you guys might not be aware of is they have a program called the Amazon Flex, in which is a delivery service where they bring on people like you and I. Everyday people are looking, again, to make some additional cash to deliver packages for them, okay? Again, no startup cost to join Amazon Flex. It is completely free. You know, one of the best perks is that, you know, they're not going anywhere. You're going to get paid your money because Amazon is Amazon, one of the largest largest online retailer in the world, one of the greatest companies and brands in the world, okay? Number two, you get to use your own personal vehicle. So you don't have to go out and buy like a delivery truck or delivery van or something like that. You can utilize the vehicle you have, okay? In a huge bonus, obviously, would be that the fact that they pay anywhere from $18 to $25 per hour. Okay, so the way it works is that you can pretty much make up your own schedule and work the days you want. But what they do is they give out delivery routes. They call them blocks, and with these blocks, they can be anywhere from a two hour delivery period up to 5 hours. So within those hours, you have to deliver X amount of packages. Obviously, the longer the duration of their block or their route, the more packages you're going to have. Okay, so you're going to be up on your feet, you're going to be moving around a lot. It's not like rideshare where you're kind of just sitting in your car. You're going to hop in and out the car delivering packages, but hey, you don't have to have random strange people in your car. Okay, so that is Amazon Flex. Definitely something to look into, and I know some people who are doing this, done it, and are loving it. Okay, number 3 is going to be Airbnb. All right, now this is huge, guys, because I know people who are absolutely crushing it, making thousands, tens of thousands of dollars per month doing Airbnb. Now, for those of you who are familiar with Airbnb, it is basically a service in which anybody can take you live in an apartment and you have 2 bedrooms and you wouldn't mind renting out one of your rooms. Well, you can list it on Airbnb and people come and they can rent, basically your room for X amount of days or weeks or whatever it is and pay you for it, okay? So this is a great thing, I think, for people who are traveling. Those of you out there who might have a job that requires you to travel a lot, but you have an apartment or you have a house, you can create some not only additional but passive income doing this. What I mean by passive is you don't really have to work for the money, and it keeps on coming and keeps on coming and keeps on coming in, right? And that's the goal right there, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what sets those who have a lot of money, sets apart those who have money to those who have a lot of money and become wealthy is passive income, being able to make money without really having to work for it. All right, so basically, if you have a room, like I said, you can rent that room out. Or if you have people rent their whole houses out. Some people have vacation homes in which they rent out. Some people will actually go on little weekend trips just for the whole purpose to have people rent out their place and pay basically their mortgage. So if you have a family, and hey, if you can get your mortgage paid for every single month by having people just for a couple of days come to your place and rent it out, then why not do it, okay? So it gives you a great opportunity to travel with your family, to stay out doing great things, experiencing life, and getting your mortgage paid for at the same time. Airbnb, there's no sign-up cost, there's no fees like that. I mean, they do collect a percentage of, basically what you're renting out your place for, your space. They do get a percentage, and that's how they make their money. But other than that, there's no fees. They do a great job screening the people who are going to be renting your property and stuff like that to keep you protected as the owner. And even if you don't own a place, there's people out there that you might have to check with your management companies of, like, say, those of you out there renting a house or renting apartments. But definitely check with them. Do what you have to do. I don't think you could just let people come onto the property if you're renting. And rent it out like that. People sublease all the time. I know people who have properties, but then they go and rent apartments just for the purpose of Airbnb-ing them. Okay, so there's so many different ways you could go about this, but there's a lot of people making money with Airbnb, and might be the right opportunity for you. All right, moving forward, number 4 we're gonna give you is Turo. Now, Turo is kind of like the Airbnb, except with cars. So some of you might have 2 cars, okay, and you don't drive. One of them is your daily driver, the other one kind of just sits around and you're still paying a payment on it. Well, if you would like to get rid of that payment or have somebody pay it for you, plus make some additional income as well, then Turo might be for you, right? It's a company in which helps you basically list your vehicle up for rent, okay? So you have, again, that second car. Some of you, again, travel, and so you don't use your personal car, even if it is one car. You can rent it out, right? You go on to Turo, You list your car, you make up the rate and what you want to charge for it for people to rent out on a daily basis. And people come into town or whatever the case is, and they rent the car, right? So again, this could be passive income for you, okay? So no sign-up costs, anything like that from Turo. Again, they make a percentage just like Airbnb from the daily rental of your vehicle, okay? Moving on, number 5 is going to be Ebates, or now known as Rakuten, right? But mostly known as Ebates. And basically what this is it's a site in which gives you cash back for doing your everyday shopping, whether that's grocery shopping for clothing and apparel, shopping at other retailers like tool stores, all kind of stuff, right? They have thousands of retailers on their website in which offer cash back for just shopping, all right? So it's a great opportunity to just make a little bit of additional money. This is not going to be something that you're probably going to be able to create a full-time income and retire from your job with, but it will add up over time. A few bucks here, a few bucks there, could, especially for you shoppers out there, you people who love to shop, or those of you who are always find yourself in the grocery store because you have a family to feed. This is a great opportunity to let a little bit of that money you spend create more money for you to help out the next time you go to the grocery store, or to make that next shirt purchase you're looking at, make it free possibly, depending on how much money you've stacked up over time from this. Okay, so check out it's now known as Rakuten. You can still look up Ebates and it'll lead you all to the same site, but it's a really good way again to add a few bucks every single month, a little more than a few bucks again depending on how much you shop, but it'll stack up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so check out Ebates. Get paid for the things you already do. There's no cost to you to join Ebates or Rakuten. You can sign up for absolutely free and start earning money back that you're already spending. Okay, so after that, number 6 is going to be freelancing. Now, some of you might be familiar because we talked on the channel about freelancing before. If you have not seen a video we put out about freelancing and the best websites and platforms for freelancers out there, check out the video. It's going to be a link in the description below about the best websites for freelancers, okay? But if you're not familiar with freelancing and what that is, freelancing is basically where you take a skill set that you have, and maybe you do this at your job already. Maybe you do some kind of like copywriting, or you're a video editor or something like that. Whatever the skill set is, typing, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing at work, you could probably turn that into a business for yourself, okay? And there are plenty of sites, platforms that are for freelancers, people looking to list their services in return for compensation. There's a lot of people out there in the world who need somebody to do some video editing for them because they don't know how, or they don't have time, and they rather pay somebody. And that's if you're a video editor, photographer, again, copywriter, whatever you do at work, chances are you can turn that into a business, and people are out there looking for you, and you just list yourself, your services up on these sites, and people will pay you for it. So definitely look into freelancing. It is a great opportunity because there are people making a lot of money doing this full time, and basically it's their career, it's what they do. With freelancing, obviously most of these sites you don't have to sign up. There's no fee, there's no sign up cost. You sign up for free, you create your account, you make up your own prices for your services. Many of these sites you can either charge one lump sum for in terms of a finished project. You could charge by the project. Some of these sites will allow you to actually add a hourly rate in which you charge for your services too. So check out the different ones. Again, you'll find those sites in the video below. So definitely check that out and look into freelancing. All right. Number 7 is going to be food delivery. Now, if some of you are familiar with like Uber and rideshare, you might also be familiar with some of the food delivery companies, right? Like Uber, for instance, has Uber Eats, right? And there's others like Grubhub, there's DoorDash, Postmates, right? There's all these sites, and basically people order food and then you can deliver the food for them and make money. Now, this is a great opportunity for those of you who don't want strangers in your car. You don't feel like dealing with strangers, and you don't feel like being out for 4 or 5 hours delivering packages per se with Amazon Flex or other delivery companies out there. You can go and basically, when these people place orders at restaurants and stuff like that, grocery stores, you can go and pick up their stuff for them and deliver it to them. Okay. With this, just like some of the others on the list, you can make up your own schedule, right? So you work the days you want, the hours you want. It's basically like commission or performance based. The more you do, the better you perform, and also the greater you are with the customers, and take care of their stuff. The chances are you'll earn higher dollar amounts. If you calculate in terms of hourly or daily how much you're making, because you might earn more in tips. Okay, so that's another great benefit to some of these opportunities like rideshare, food delivery, because people will also give you tips aside from what you just earned from doing the specific task, or in terms of rideshare, the specific ride. Okay, so if you're friendly, you're outgoing, and you're willing to again engage people, network with people, it could lead to more money, because people are going to gravitate to you more, and they're going to remember you and say, hey, instead of a couple bucks, I'll give this person $5 as a tip, or whatever the case is. So those are other things to keep in mind in terms of which opportunities, which one of these different 10 ideas might be right for you, or maybe a few of them might be right for you. Okay, so that's number 7 is food delivery. Definitely look into that. If you're somebody, again, you're willing to use your own vehicle, because you will be delivering your own vehicle, so you have reliable transportation, and you want to make up your own hours and decide how much you actually make on an hourly or daily basis based on your performance. All right. Now, number 8 is going to be Etsy. Now, for you creatives out there, people who, on your free time, you have a hobby like sewing, or, creating some kind of artwork, whether it's, some kind of woodworking, little pieces you put together around the house and stuff like that. You might want to consider Etsy, because it's a great platform for creative people out there who create, whether it's a clothing item, a household item, some kind of costume jewelry and things like that, wearables. You can create a business out of this, and there's people who do this full time, creating and utilizing their craft, their skill sets in terms of creating things to sell online. All right, so basically you create whatever you create, you list it on Etsy, and people who are out there looking for it find you, and they pay you for it, guys. It's really not that difficult, again, especially if you already do this stuff as perhaps a hobby. It's not going to take you no more time, until maybe you say, hey, I'm making some good money here, I might want to scale this up and put more time into it, and then maybe you could turn it into a full-time business. Okay, so again, you can join Etsy. I've never personally, haven't joined Etsy myself, but I believe it's free to join, and they probably make, again, a percentage off of each sale you make. I'm not sure, but definitely look into it, because I know, again, I've known personally people who are doing pretty good with it. All right. Okay, guys, so number 9 is going to be retail arbitrage. Now, I really love retail arbitrage. It's how I got started in selling online and doing online business. And basically what retail arbitrage is you buy low, you sell for a little more, or sell high if you can. Okay, so basically you find items. I used to go to thrift stores. What else? Yard sales are absolutely awesome, because people really are not concerned all that much about the money, how much money they make at yard sales, but more so about just getting rid of the stuff they have at their yard sale. They just want to get rid of it, get it out their house, right? Get it out their property, and so they just want it to go. You can find incredible deals at yard sales. So if you live in an area where there's yard sales on a weekly, every weekend, multiple yard sales, definitely something to look into is yard sales. But again, thrift stores, you can even go to places like discounted retailers, okay, where they have a lot of products, apparel, merchandise, or whatnot, but they usually have it at a great discounted rate. You can find some great items there where you can maybe sell online at a higher dollar amount at least, and make some money. Okay, so retail arbitrage, again, you have some free time. It's not going to cost you anything. It's going to take a little bit of time to go to these different places, browse around, but again, it could pay off in the end, and I promise you it will, because there are people, you look online, there's people who do retail arbitrage alone full time and making 6-figure incomes from that. Okay, so check out retail arbitrage. And the last one is going to be web testing, guys. Number 10 is web testing. We also have made a video about this, and making a good amount of money just testing websites. Okay, and what that is there's companies out there who some of your big time, small companies to big time retailers, pay these companies to get people like you and I to test their websites. Okay, these companies, these big companies, every company that has a website needs feedback on how to engage and create better engagement with their target audience, their clients, their customers. So they need people on a daily to test their sites, to give them feedback so they can improve their communication with their target audience, which ultimately proves to more sales of their services and their products for them. Okay, so there's third-party platforms in which you and I, people like you and I, can sign up for to be web testers, right? And on these sites, they're going to send you, hey, new opportunity, see if you qualify type of stuff. You have to answer a few questions. If you qualify based on the demographic that a particular company with the website is looking for to test their site, then you'll get to do that, basically what they call tasks, and you'll do a few tasks within each test, and some of them can take a few minutes up to 15, 20 minutes. Some of them may be a little longer, and generally the start off is about $5-10, but depending on the duration and what's expected of you within each test, you'll make more money. Okay, so it is a great way, because I'm pretty sure most of you are on the internet on a daily anyways, and again, you can do this web testing. They have tests to be done on desktops as well as cell phones. So if you have an Android or iOS powered device, then you can do it on smartphones and tablets as well. There's specific tests for tablets as well. All right, so definitely look into web testing. Might be your opportunity to create some additional income. But that is it for today, guys. That's the 10 ideas to start making some extra money with the side hustle. And if you are doing any of these already, if you have tried them, let us know by leaving a comment below how it's gone for you. If you are someone out there who has some different ideas of side hustles that you've been doing and that you would like to share, leave that in the comments below as well, because we want to push that out to as many people as we can, to help as many people as we can become financially free, making some extra money. All right, if you have gotten any value from this video, definitely again leave us a like, click that thumbs up button, and also don't forget to hit the red subscribe button and the bell notification next to it. All right, so again, thanks for checking us out today, guys. This is Brian, Revenue Pro Tips. Till next time, peace.